So when you came back to the U.S. or no, to Canada, sorry, what is that when you started the online school of exercise?
Yeah, well, it didn't work out with the startup. So I came home. I went there expecting I'm going to live there for the rest of my life, make tons of money in Dubai, and then it didn't work out. And I came home a year and a half later, and I was like, you know what? I want to start my own company now. I saw how it was done, and I also saw what it was like to open a gym, which had been my original career path, my dream, sort of speak. That okay, I want to own my own gym, but then I saw what it was like to open a gym, and I just saw how many other gyms there were and what the competition was like. And back then social media fitness was starting. This was like early 2010, and I decided that I wanted to do either an app or a website. I had all these great ideas, but no clients, or I wasn't training anybody online yet. And so it actually took me 2.5 years before I got my first international client. I had to open my own little studio space with local clients. And then I took these clients and started the online school of exercise with their videos. And, the concept of it, of them being able to get a program from me through my website is what started it all. And then eventually, through Twitter, I made my first client from New York. And now I have clients in India, Europe, all over the map. It's great.
So let's talk about what an online school of exercise is there, because I think a lot of people picture a personal trainer as somebody that's like, come on, lift it, go, go, go. Are you doing that with them?
Some of them, and I'm not, that's just not my style really, but some of them pay for live sessions, right? But the online platform allows me to tailor a service that is, based on their budget, based on their needs. I get a lot more flexibility than, say, having my own place and then having people come to me. So some people use the live sessions, and some clients I've never spoken to by voice. It's just all done by email. And sometimes you don't hear about them for a bit and you're wondering how they're doing. And then a month later, it's like, oh, I love the workout. I've gotten great results. And then just every month it's a new workout. So it's just, I have a lot more flexibility to create a service that is suited for the person.
So tell me about the type of person that decides they want to do an online, coach, like in the way that you are.
It's a lot of, I'd say, people from 25 to, I have clients that are about in their mid 40s, 50s, a little older, and a lot of people who they want to get in shape. They want to start. They're either hurt and they know they have to exercise, but they can't because they're hurt. So, and then there's students. There's people that are already good at working out, but that are stuck somewhere. They've reached a plateau, and so I help them with that. And it's just it's a pretty wide range of students.
And then they have the same response rate as when you're in a regular gym. Sometimes people keep showing up for more, sometimes they don't. Like what's the feel like of what you're doing since everything is remote?
You get a lot of the same issues that you have with real personal training, but you have people that catch on and they love it, and they just I'm able to keep them longer than if I had been selling them big packages in my gym, so to speak, because now they're taking like not a watered down program, but they're taking they're taking a course with me that is, it doesn't have to be 3 meetings a week for 6 months. We only speak once a month, and then they have to pay a little less money. They get to pay a little less money, but then because of that, they're able to stay for a year with me. And that's in terms of personal training or getting results, you'd rather keep someone for a year than having someone, pay a lot of money for 1 month and then just disappear off the map.
Yeah, exercise is far more about consistency than it is about intensity. So people will get far further, and they will be a walking billboard for you if they've stayed in for a year, as opposed to just doing one really hard month.
Even 3 years, I'd say 3 to 5 years is a realistic time frame to get the results that you want out of the gym. And not a lot of people talk about that, right? Social media fitness is 90 days, 30 days, all these short challenges. And then people get hyped up and they expect, they follow people that have been training for 20 years, 15 years, and who are marketing diets or exercise plans and whatever. And they look like fitness models. And so people sign on to different programs expecting to look like that after 1 month. And it doesn't make sense. You have to train for at least 3 to 5 years before you start really getting some excellent results. And of course, there's always a small percentage of people that will get really fast results, right? But for most people, and that's why I called it the school of exercise, is because it's like you want to finish high school, you want to finish university. It takes time. You need, you need three to 5 years. I've had clients that have been there for 8 years.
I think this is exactly right. I mean, the biggest improvement that I had from lifting, and I started a long time ago, was range of motion and my ability to move in my everyday life. Like if somebody had told me, hey, the thing that you're going to want when you're about 40 years old is the ability to, bend down or be able to squat down and pick up your child or play with her without going, ugh. But that was not something that could have been done in 3 months. I had to improve hip range, ankle range, how strong my knees were, whether I lifted myself up from my quads. And really, when you think about it, the whole benefit of being a lifter or somebody that knows how to exercise is your ability to do everyday activities. It's not the ability to exercise better. It's the ability to live better. And I think that you're exactly right. Like that 3-4 year timeline seems about right to me.
Yeah, even more, right? I've been training myself for 20 years now. And I'm still learning, and I still have some challenges, and I still have some weaknesses that I need to fix. So you have to look at it as a long-term project, or else you're going to get super excited. You're going to want very fast, short-term results, but then once you don't get those results, right, you're gonna lose motivation and just give up. So if you start your exercise process thinking, okay, I'm in this for the long run, I'm going to expect at least 3 to 5 years. It just changes your whole perspective.
I think so. I one time decided I was going to run 500 miles, and you get a lot more humble about how many miles is a good run when you're like, hey, I got to get this whole thing done. It doesn't do me any good to go run 50 today and then have to walk for 3 months. Like, it's a lot better to try and do it in a regulated pace. But I think you're right. People, like, no one has that conversation about how long it takes. And if you went to a personal trainer at a gym and said, yeah, what's the time horizon? They're going to give you a 60, 90, whatever they think, can hold your attention. But the reality is it's years.
Thanks for checking out this podcast short. If you like this interview, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and hit that bell so you always get notified about this podcast. And if you're really interested in conversations like this, you may want to consider joining the Articulate Ventures Network. To find out more, go to network.articulate.ventures.